stay in mid-Michigan right now. Spend some time with Carrie Rosingana, frequent visitor to our studios and our broadcast. She's the CEO of CAMW, the Capital Area Michigan Works, serving Ingham, Eaton, and Clinton counties. Huge job, huge service area. And how are you?
I am doing well. It's always nice to have an opportunity to chat with you, Chris.
No, it's always our pleasure, and we really appreciate the good work you do there. You just recently had representatives from the U.S. Department of Labor come to Michigan. What was that all about?
Yeah, so we were really proud to be able to host three key members from leadership at U.S. Department of Labor, and they reached out to our agency in hopes of being able to pull together a roundtable convening to talk with employers, to talk with educators, and to hear about how workforce efforts are working here. So we hosted for 2 days. We held a number of different conversations, did some visits to our educational partners, and we feel like we really use that opportunity to showcase the importance of leading in a demand-driven model. Our employers are helping us to determine what their needs are, so that way we can then tie those resources to help those individuals connect with opportunities across industries. And it really was a pleasure to be able to lift up all of the ways that we're doing great collaborative work here in the Capital Region.
Yeah, so another important is, we've always talked about this, that you have two customers that come through your door, and one of them is seeking employment, and the other one is seeking employees. So you had private employers involved in this as well.
We did. And Chris, you were able to come and represent small business, which we were really thrilled about. We feel that it is very critical that U.S. Department of Labor was able to hear directly from folks who are in the field every day in their industries and to have an opportunity to talk about what they are seeing, what they are hearing, where they are maybe feeling some gaps, and also where there's some opportunities for us to be able to plug intentional resources in to help build that talent pipeline. So during the course of the visit, we were actually able to have conversations that represented small business, large business. We talked about apprenticeship models, which is a way that many employers are now looking at creating and crafting that talent pipeline from within to grow their own employee workforce. And so we were able firsthand to give examples of the ways that we're doing this. From my perspective, with the federal workforce plan that they have a talent strategy, America's talent strategy. And we were able to showcase how the employers that we're connected to in our three county regions, how we're using the workforce system to be able to wrap around them and make sure that we're intentionally designing programs that are going to help propel people into those opportunities within the workforce.
Well, you know what I loved about the room were perspectives you had of all these issues. So when you sat there, what were your key takeaways from both the hosts and the guests?
So I think from my perspective, it was really valuable for us to have open conversations. So oftentimes when we're in spaces like that, there's limited time for us just to be able to ask a question and be able to have an opportunity for folks to share their own individual perspective, what they're seeing, what they're hearing. Sometimes in policy work, you might not be as closely connected to what's happening boots on the ground. And so it was really great. We had perspectives from small business, as you had been able to share. We had opportunity to hear from manufacturers, to hear from individuals who are working in finance, from folks who are in insurance, folks who are in healthcare. And so I think there was some themes that we heard as we were sitting around the table of what those continued needs are going to look like. The other area of interest that I thought was really interesting is that we talked about AI in the workforce. And Chris, you and I have talked about in the past, AI is everywhere and it seems like it's being woven into every conversation that we're having. And so we were able to talk about how is AI being used not only in the employer's place of businesses, but also how are we as a workforce system helping to get people ready through using AI for hiring now, for practicing interviews. How are you making sure your resume is going to be connected if someone's using AI to screen for resumes, to screen people in?
Yeah.
And so all of those aspects we were able to really talk good for the federal level to hear about locally how we're looking at all of these different dynamics and how we're coming together to make sure that we're being strong partners in the work and making sure that we're moving the needle in the positive direction.
So whenever anybody has a meeting like this, and we have about 40 seconds left, what are the next steps? What comes out of it?
So we're really excited because it sounds like there could be another opportunity to have U.S. Department of Labor come back to Michigan. And they had mentioned they would like to come here again and be able to have some different folks come and speak with us. So we're looking forward to that. We've also already sent them plans for Michigan for how we're doing workforce development. And we're keeping those lines of communication open so we can make sure that we're informing them in the future.
Well, it's good work, and hopefully moving forward to do even better things. Carrie Rosingana, CEO of the Capital Area Michigan Works, serving Ingham, Eaton, and Clinton County. Thanks for the good work you do, and thanks for spending time with us, Carrie.
Thanks so much, Chris.
You've been watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman.